All right, so let's shift now to a story that is on our website, a story that we were able to give more context to during our evening stream on Live Impact News, and that is after a fire at a new Charlotte recycling center. So more than 2 dozen firefighters responded to a structure fire Wednesday morning at a Charlotte recycling facility. Here are pictures. Oh, I'm sorry, Carlene. That was my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault. I double punched. So when fire crews arrived to the scene, they found the fire inside an East Charlotte facility on a Pence Road. And that's according to the Charlotte Fire Department. They were able to put the fire out in about half an hour. So no one was hurt. That's the good news. The extent of the damage still, as far as we know, unknown. But this is important. This is what Mecklenburg County told us. Quote, "We are trying to highlight just how important it is that residents recycle their batteries the right way," because Mecklenburg County said the cause of the fire was because of a rechargeable battery. And so they also go on to say, quote, "Rechargeable batteries should be properly disposed of at places like the county's full service drop-off centers, and proper disposal can cause fires like the one we saw earlier this week." All right, so our Vanessa Ruffes got a chance to speak with Richard Chesley with the South Carolina Department of Environmental Services yesterday evening to talk about this and talk about the dangers of throwing away these types of batteries in the trash, along with the health risks. Let's take a listen into that interview from yesterday.
We've got lots of landfill fires that are happening because of one specific item. So we're talking about lithium-ion batteries, and we actually wanted to bring this to you because we kept seeing various facilities around our area talking about how this year they've had to respond to multiple fires at their landfills because folks have improperly disposed of these batteries. For example, maybe 4 or 5 fires that we've heard of in the Mecklenburg County area, handful certainly this year. York Recycling just a couple weeks ago reported an incident. Actually, that picture you see right now, that is a picture of that fire. And they say they've had 3 so far this year. So we wanted to speak with the South Carolina Department of Environmental Services about the matter. We have Richard Chesley joining us right now here on Live Impact News, just because we wanted to make sure that we were educating folks on what they need to know about lithium-ion batteries. So Richard, thanks so much for joining us here. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me. I'm delighted to be here.
Yeah, so Richard, walk us through, I guess we'll start with a very basic concept right now of what are lithium-ion batteries. How does somebody know that they have these types of batteries in their house, and how would they know, I guess, that this is that type of battery?
Well, let's begin with the fact there's a good chance that you have a device that has a lithium-ion battery. They're found everywhere, literally, and most often in a cell phone, but there's other products like handheld tools, e-bikes, etc. Just all kinds of things. So the most popular battery as far as sales is rechargeable batteries. About 65% or so are lithium ion. When you buy a product with a rechargeable battery like a lithium ion, there's a couple things you can do. Check the packaging to make sure you understand what type of battery it is. If you're still not sure or want to confirm, talk to the clerk or the manager at the retail outlet you got the store. Then when you come home or check the item itself, there should be a label on it to tell you what type of battery is in there. It may be hard to find, but look for your battery compartment, see if there's a label. Excuse me. And fourth, if nothing else, look it up on the internet, see what it says.
Yeah. So why is it so important for folks to know, in the sense of if they are going to have these batteries in their house, or even possibly dispose of a device that might have one of these batteries inside of it? What is so dangerous about simply throwing these batteries in the trash, just like you would any other piece of garbage, that you would just put in the dumpster?
Sure. Yeah. We have to remember, it's important to remember that all batteries can be dangerous. Lithium-ion batteries are a unique battery in that they're high energy and all jammed into a very tiny battery. They're more volatile. They're more volatile in a sense and subject to if they're damaged or like crushed, like compacted in a garbage truck, something like that, or even they're swelling, whatever, cut. They can explode and catch fire. They're clearly the most dangerous battery out there. We have them, as I mentioned earlier, through all kinds of products we have around our home. But the fundamental point of the battery is it's high energy, it's jammed into a tiny battery, they're more volatile, and consumers need to be careful with that battery and that item when they're doing that. We encourage, when they're using that item, charging that item, whatever. It's important to know that you never put a rechargeable battery in your garbage or in your recycling bin. Depending on what happens, even if it doesn't somehow, if there was previous damage, something doesn't happen earlier, something can happen in the garbage can or the recycling bin. But once they get in the garbage truck, there's a good chance that battery will be compacted, and that compaction can lead to an explosion or fire. Now, the same, and by the way, that's a huge health risk for the drivers, sanitation workers, etc. The same thing can happen when it gets to a recycling facility. There's all kinds of equipment in a recycling facility that sorts and processes the commodities, and that process can damage the battery and again cause a fire or explosion.
So what should folks do instead? How do they need to properly dispose of these batteries?
Well, in South Carolina in particular, there are more and more sites available now to recycle. Many programs, local government programs, are offering programs or single-day events. Now, there's always been, well, since 1994, Call to Recycle has had a nationwide collection system set up where big store retailers, Best Buy, for example, will take batteries back. Lowe's, Home Depot, they'll take the rechargeable batteries back at no cost. In South Carolina, we also have a major recycler we have several, but one in here is working across the state, setting up collection programs at schools and local governments, etc. There's more and more sites being set up, collection sites, where it will be much more convenient for South Carolinians to properly manage that battery. In fact, our agencies will have its own program, a collection center, the first week of July, so we'll be taking batteries from the public.
Now, you had mentioned the fact that not only is this a danger in the sense that it could essentially explode, cause this fire, but you also talked about the health concerns for folks who then have to address the fire, whether that's a sanitation worker or a firefighter. This calls to mind actually a recent incident from New York City. I believe it was last Sunday, so Sunday of last week. There was a 5-alarm fire in the Bronx where 15 people were injured, including a firefighter who was in critical condition. But most of the people injured, you're actually seeing images of the aftermath. I mean, this damaged 3 buildings. This was a big deal. And a lot of firefighters got hurt. They determined that this was actually caused by a lithium-ion battery, and specifically there were a lot of e-bikes at this property, and so they believe that's kind of where the source would have been. What are some of the health risks to folks who then have to come and fight this type of fire? What makes this so dangerous for them?
Of course, it's always dangerous for a first responder, or particularly a firefighter, when they address a lithium-ion battery fire. They may not know that's what probably don't know that's what caused it to begin with. Having said that, beyond the obvious safety concerns for both first responders and firefighters, the toxic chemicals that are released can particularly hydrogen fluoride, can cause all kinds of health issues as far as breathing, even irritate your eyes, and so on. That's the biggest health risk as far as something actually impacting the first responders right off the bat. Again, I don't want to discount the safety issues they're facing, but that's really the major health issue that first responders have to deal with.
You know, in your experience, and I know that your agency, I understand, doesn't kind of get final counts, if you will, of how many of these specific types of fires happen, let's say, in a month or in a year. But do you have a general idea of how often, agencies will have to see these types of fires when it comes to, solid waste disposal or anything like that?
Well, I think more and more, I'm very disappointed that the state doesn't have, and I don't know that there's not a national accounting system. I've seen a lot of estimates of fires, but we do not have an accurate count. A lot of them are anecdotal of whether it's a lithium-ion battery that caused the fire. And we must understand it takes the professionals to, come up with the final decision on what did cause the fire. We are seeing more and hearing more. In North Charleston this year, I saw a news article where they said there was about 13 fires in the first part of this year based on lithium-ion batteries. That was in just a couple months ago. Now, North Charleston Fire Department, for example, had training to address these fires. But we know there's been a lithium-ion fire at a recycling facility and some other, there may have been one earlier, we've not confirmed it, earlier this week in Lexington County on a garbage truck. We are hearing more about it. We're seeing it now. We're trying to get a system in place where we can track it better. But one of the biggest things we have to do, and I'm so delighted to be here today, is the fact that we can talk about the outreach and education and really ask, in particular, homeowners, residents, consumers to be careful with the rechargeable batteries, particularly the lithium ion, and do not put them in a recycling container. Do not put them in your household garbage. South Carolina has lots of places you can take the batteries to be recycled, and a number of those places are growing every week. So we have a great battery site on the web, Be Battery Smart, des.sc.gov, Be Battery Smart. We also have a recycling app, and we put battery information on that app. So it's pretty darn easy for any consumers that want to have more information about what to do and where to recycle, that type of thing. We can help them.
Yeah, I'm so glad we had this conversation as well, just because I feel like, I've been keeping an eye on some of our facilities, not just in South Carolina that are local to us here in Charlotte, but also in the North Carolina side. And yeah, I felt like we kept seeing things getting posted on social media from the agency. Every couple of weeks there would be another one that's like, please don't throw these batteries away. It's terrible. It causes a lot of issues, and like you mentioned, there's kind of a wealth of issues that can come with not just throwing the batteries away, but once the fire happens, then folks have to come and address the fire. Before we let you go, is there anything else you want to mention, not just about lithium ions, but is there, another substance, another device, another, item that people need to know about, as far as safe disposal that you see as an issue that you hear from facilities time and time again, folks keep throwing this item or trying to recycle this item, and it's not appropriate?
Not that's a threat to human health or the environment. Not really. The batteries is the trending and hot topic, as it should be. There are other issues, but I would offer food waste. There's so much wasted food that could be handled much more could be handled better, but nothing jumps out. Batteries are a priority for us. We were lucky. We had one of the first campaigns developed in the country, and with our Be Battery Smart campaign, and we're in fact adding some posters now, some new posters about protecting firefighters. And of course, as you know, the smaller button or coin batteries are a huge risk to children and some seniors about swallowing them. So, the bigger lithium ion batteries, there's also smaller ones that are coin or button size. So we're just trying to get the word out and make sure we have informed residents that know what to do and what to look for.
Okay. Richard Chesley with the South Carolina Department of Environmental Services, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully folks watching here on Live Impact News feel a little bit more educated on the matter and dispose of those batteries safely.
Thank you.
Take care. Yeah, have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Uh-huh.
Okay, so there you have it, our earlier interview with an official talking about just the dangers of improperly disposing of lithium-ion batteries. We've got more information on our website, WCNC.com.